we're about uh, we're about 2 minutes in, so a bit of a slow start. Not gonna lie.
I didn't know. I'll turn my personality on now.
Right. So was it which part confused you when I said, "Hey, we're recording"? That was that was clearly some sort of mixed signal.
I am used to you going, and we're live. I didn't get that this time, so
You
I'm
know
just
what?
like, I'm fine.
I'm giving up on intros because we've shit the bed on every one of them. So
We.
we we as a collective, yes, because this is a group effort. Um, so when I shit the bed, we're all in the bed together. You know what I'm saying? So we all have to, we all have to worry about that.
Sure,
You know what
sure.
I'm saying?
I mean, next time, like that could work too.
No, no, definitely not. Yeah, I just feel like it's so much better. Honestly, we're gonna go the entire next time. We're gonna go the entire conversation. I'm not gonna tell anybody we're recording, and
There
then
you go.
finally, like an hour in, you guys are gonna be like, "Wow, it would have been great if we would have been recording that." And I'm gonna be like, "Guess what? We did." In an effort to keep things nice and casual, nonchalant. You know what I mean? Make sure everybody's personality is shining through. It's all good.
Yeah, we
Easy
want
peasy.
it to be genuine, and I guess you got me.
Yeah, exactly. See, there we go. I should have started recording when you were fucking moving around your room and all that shit.
No, no, that would have been awful. I'm like moving, I was moving all kinds of stuff off of my desk earlier. I don't know if you heard. It was just like a bunch of like clattering. Sorry
No,
to
your
anybody listening with headphones, but it
your
was
headphones
like,
or something like must suppress the noise or something because I can't really hear it. So it
thank
must be real
goodness.
good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like this is so obnoxious. I'm literally just like wiping everything off my desk into a drawer for my partner to find later.
Oh, unfortunate. I probably do that same shit to my girlfriend. I'm not gonna lie. She hates like honestly not probably not with like smaller stuff, but like with all my sweaters and shit like that, it's definitely a problem. We
hmm
have we are up to like three different sweater racks that like hang on the door, um, like throughout the house. At this point, it used to
Wow.
yeah, we had one. We're up to three right now. Um, just because I really like my sweaters, really like my jackets, and she got tired of finding them all over the house, and I got
Yeah,
tired
no,
of her
that makes
beating me.
sense. Steven. Oh
So,
my
and
God. Yeah, so
now I just want to. So, this is a perfect time, about 3 minutes in, to give everybody the disclaimer um, that this show is going to be explicit and offensive. So, if you are easily offended or under the age of 18, I would advise you to kindly turn this off. Okay? Now, for the degenerates out there looking for a good time, we got you, buddy. Okay? Just consider us that bar room, bathroom stall in the back with the toilet paper over the crack and way too many bodies in it.
oh my
That's
God.
us. Okay? Also, uh, looking through on like Spotify and stuff like that, it only lets me choose one category for us to post, and I have absolutely no fucking idea what
Hmm.
category to post us under because we don't fit a single one. Mental
No.
health,
No,
fuck,
fuck
oh
no.
my god.
Fuck
Alternative
no.
health, alternative health, science, like what about too? Is there a too much spare time category? Because
Right?
we
It's
would
the
fit
three
real
of
good
us.
in there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the personal journaling, I think, is what I. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I
that is
think
that a real
that's a
category?
real category. That's the only one that
Okay.
I was like, okay, like we
Maybe.
we don't. I don't think we're not in this category. Like all the other ones, it's a clear no. You know what I mean?
We
It's
just
like
start each episode, Dear Diary.
yes, dear diary. The bully on the playground beat my ass again. Like,
Again.
yeah, I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
Unforge. So I put laxative in his milk at lunch.
You're
Just
evil.
kidding. Don't do
Did
that,
you
kids.
have a bully
But
in
no,
school?
no, not really. Surprisingly, um, I'm sure there are plenty of people who wanted to beat my ass. I'm not gonna lie. I was not a great kid. Um, but no, not really. I never really had like a ton of issues. Like I got into a couple fights like here and there.
You
Um,
did? You
yeah, like
fought?
mostly like middle school and stuff like
Oh
that. I
wow.
feel like high school. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the only kids that got in high school fights were like a little ghetto. I'm not gonna lie. I know that's not nice to say, but I'm like thinking back to all of the fights that I saw and stuff like that. It was like you look at the people who were fighting and you're like, yeah, makes sense. Oh
I remember in high school there was a fight going on that involved one of my closer friends, and I
shit.
remember breaking this fight up at lunch. Like, no, you don't need to do this. Like, don't fight. It's so not worth it. Like,
Fuck
move
that.
on. I broke up the fight, and I want to say I was with your sibling. Like, I think that they
Of
were there
course.
with me when this happened. And I remember walking back from lunch to fifth period, and we got booed. People were booing
Yeah,
us.
I was actually there booing at you guys. Yeah, I
Like,
remember that.
boo! Why'd you break up the fight? Boo! Everyone had their phones out. Like, because my friend is just acting dumb. That's why.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I remember the biggest fight I remember was like two girls, and it was like in between like the passing periods. And these two girls just went at it, and like this let me caught myself there. This one chick grabbed the other one and like threw her to the ground and had her on the ground like by the hair, like beating the shit out of her. And I'm just like I didn't even I in no way, shape, or form did I attempt to break this up. I'm not gonna lie. Again, I'm a better version of myself now. I just want to make that clear. Um, I would have pulled out my phone and started recording if this was current day. Um, but in no way, shape, or form did like I just kind of like stood off to the side so that like uh, the like security guys, I forget what the fuck they were called. Yeah, the liaisons. I just wanted to make sure they knew like I wasn't involved, so like I stood far enough away to
Yeah.
be just a distant observer. But yeah, like I was definitely in the crowd of people, just like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, grab her hair, and the other girl like, roll to the side. Like, yeah, again,
Don't. I wonder. Sorry, go ahead.
not this was like 14, 15, 16-year old Steven, so just remember, I'm much worse than that now. So, as you were
Checks
saying
out.
though.
I wonder how often there are fights in high school now. I remember when we were in school, it was pretty consistent.
Really? I
Yeah.
swear,
And
I feel like
I
I maybe I just yeah, I don't know, maybe just because I wasn't the ones in them, I was like, oh yeah, this is totally fine. But I swear,
Yeah, I
I was
don't
like,
know, but I spent a lot of time in detention.
mm,
I never
troubled
learned to
child.
shut up. I would talk, talk, talk. They would send me to the scary, what was it, 113, the scary classroom
I
with,
don't remember, and I spent time there, and I still don't remember.
yeah, I spent a lot of time in detention, so I saw a lot of like the people after fights getting brought in. But now I feel like everybody is just so peace and love, and these kids are so nice. I don't know if people get bullied. I feel like that's like not accurate to say. Obviously, there are bullies out there, and shame on them. But I don't know. I don't see like, and also maybe I'm just not in that. I'm out of that age bracket where I would see that stuff posted to social media. I don't see the high school fights on my Instagram feed anymore.
Yeah, you got to fix your algorithm, bro. You can definitely find that shit. Fun fact. I actually have a friend who's a teacher at a high school. And like the first week of school, some kid got mugged, and like
uh,
yeah, with like a weapon. Like
with
so,
a
yeah. So for anybody concerned that there is not enough violence in the world, there definitely still is. Okay, there's definitely
I was
still
on that side where I'm like, it's peace and love, and the kids love each other.
no, fuck
Oh
that.
my goodness.
Wow,
Even in high school, I'm like, what is there to fight about? I was always wondering, what is it? Boyfriends, girlfriends,
bullshit. I mean,
money?
even like, I mean, it's always silly shit, right? Like, how often? Don't get me wrong. I want to clarify with the fact that like there are definitely. Wow, I don't know if I should say this on the internet, but there are instances where violence, it's just the answer, guys. But just to be clear, those are normally going to be like self-defense and things like that, right?
Violence
Not
is the
because
answer.
not because you disagree with somebody in a Walmart parking lot, okay? Just to be clear. Um, but yeah, like outside of like self-defense, it's always silly shit, right? Like if
Yes.
and just to be clear, if you ever get into an altercation at a bar, immediately silly shit. Okay, I'm sorry, but people were intoxicated. Um, you know, that's the whole story. Okay, very seldom are you gonna be at a bar, get into a fight. Fun fact, I actually did have one of my we had to go pick up one of my nieces one time, and we go to pick her up, and she was like out drinking at a bar. And like these two guys were just like out fighting in like the downtown area that I live at. Um, and it was just clear that they had both been drinking, and I was like, oh, these guys are gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, immediately silly shit. I'm sorry. Um, you know, like just leave, guys. Just leave before you get fucked up and start a fight. Um, and yeah, I just can't think of like normally it's for sure silly shit like politics shit, um, like Walmart Black Friday type shit. They're like, no, that's my TV, bitch. Like,
I don't know. I work at a bar, and the bar that I work at, I don't see very many fights.
wow,
However, yeah, it's true. The bar that I work at doesn't see very many fights. It does happen, but it like I can't even tell you when the last one was. It's like not it wasn't yesterday.
it
But
was the
there's a
day
bar.
before. Vanessa's over
So
here.
there's
We don't actually have that many fights. This week it was down to 17.
no, the bar down the street from my bar, they have fights all the time with weapons. The police are always there, and I am always so afraid that that crowd who just got kicked out of that bar will come into mine. And I'm the person who gets to ID everybody, so I'm like the first person that they encounter.
Perfect. After
Yeah,
after they just got out of a weapons altercation and they come over to you and you have to check their ID and be like,
yeah,
"Sir,
it's terrifying. And then just this past St. Patrick's Day weekend, busy drinking holiday. All of the bars were so slammed. I was so tired. And I'm in a group chat with a bunch of other people who work at the bars downtown so we can keep each other up to date on, hey, so and so is here and they're being aggressive. Just keep pay attention,
yeah,
be vigilant. And we got a message on St. Patrick's Day weekend on that Saturday saying, oh, so and so just got removed from the bar. They're in possession with a gun and they're angry. And I got that message. I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm just a girl. No, sir, stop. Go the other way.
sir, I realize you're upset and you have a gun,
Yeah.
but understand that I am the authority figure here and I cannot let you in
Exactly.
this
Like what I
establishment."
say goes, and unfortunately tonight is just not your night. So, we'll be happy to serve you another time. But oh
Sir,
my
please
gosh.
stop cocking the gun in my direction.
All night long, Stephen. I was so stressed. I texted my dad, "Hey dad, good night. I love you so much. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. I know it's been a rough few years, but I appreciate everything."
Like,
I was preparing. Dead ass fully preparing. And
So,
it was so, oh God.
well, we're glad to have you. We're glad you, we're glad you made it out of it. Okay,
Yeah.
on a serious
And the
note.
whole time my phone is blowing up. Hey guys, podcast tomorrow. Hey guys, you guys want to film? Dripping sweat. I don't know if there's going to be anything
Oh
to
God,
film.
guys, if I don't make it,
Yeah,
you tell my dad I love him. Oh no.
seriously.
Which
But they
reminds me,
didn't end
you
up
you actually
coming.
didn't respond to that message, so I'm gonna have to dock your
Yeah,
paycheck.
I hope you can see why. Oh my gosh, it was
That,
awful.
yeah, wow. So first, I'm sorry that you went through that. Um,
Not the first time, won't be the last.
but yeah, wow, what an interesting scene to work in. I've
Yeah,
um I've never worked in like not even like bars, but like not even restaurants. Um, I worked retail and stuff like that. That's not super fun, but it's a different crowd, right? Like if you're at a bar or something serving alcohol, like you're really gonna see some of the most interesting encounters, I imagine. Um, just because thinking, obviously, I have like my own alcohol-induced stories and stuff like that, but like every day you're in that environment. You know what I mean? And so I can only imagine because I've already seen issues in just a handful of times that I've gone out. So you are one of the unsung heroes. I just want to point that out. You're one of the unsung heroes of your town, of our environment, because there are plenty of people, myself included, who would just not last in that
it's
kind of environment.
scary, but sometimes it's really funny when I have to like kick somebody out or cut them off, and it's like, hey, buddy, it's time to go. Like, let me walk you outside. That way I can like close the door behind them so they get the point, you know? I'm always asked by these guys, like, why don't you come and vape with us? Come on, what time are you off? It's like, buddy, you are going to be face down, blacked out by the time that I clock out of here.
Same,
Like
same.
we're creeping up on 2 a.m. It's time to go home.
Fuck that. That's when the party starts, right?
Oh, yeah, that's when you get the text message from me saying, "Hey, I really don't know if I could do tomorrow morning. I'm barely getting home and eating dinner. I'm looking at the clock. It says 4 a.m."
I do get a lot of those messages.
Yeah. I show up. I still show
It's true. Vanessa actually hasn't slept in 36 hours.
It's honestly true. Yeah.
Well, now I just don't feel right complaining about sitting in my office for 8 hours today. So, way to invalidate my feelings, Vanessa. Okay.
No, it's a
I
different
thought
type
I
of
I thought I
experience.
had a hard day. Okay, I've been staring at a computer screen for 8 hours. I come home, I gotta stare at another one and record some
You
shit
weren't
to
afraid
put on
someone
the
was going to come
internet
up with a gun
to
and get you.
strangers. I'll have you know, our landscapers out at the office are very burly men. Okay, and I have to walk through them to get to my car. Okay, we all
Man,
have our own
you're living
problems,
the
Vanessa.
You're so hard. I never knew.
No, wow, what an interesting environment. And do you work? Are they both bars? Are both of?
Yeah, both of the places I work at are bars.
Wow.
So the one I was at earlier today before we got on here,
Uh-huh.
it's a tap room, so it's just beer.
Yeah.
The place that I go in the evenings is a full service bar. So we got cocktails and everyone's trying to do shooters and
Yeah, brother. Well, but
yeah.
so would you say like is the tap room like a little bit more of a tamed crowd?
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay, okay. Those are the
Absolutely. But
people
don't get me
like,
wrong, we have some heavy hitters on that menu. We have 14 percenters.
yeah,
Um, and people could still get just as rowdy. However, I don't expect it every day when I get there.
yeah, right.
The other
Versus
bar,
like,
it's like for
yeah, you
sure.
yeah, you go to like the fucking little bar and it's probably like you always got to have your guard up, right? Like the tap room, I feel like just because we have similar situations here in town. where it's like we have like breweries and stuff like that, and even like wineries and stuff like that. But the crowds I see like at the wineries or the breweries, it's like, you know, not always, but like, you know, old white people, or like, you know, they're it's not like the under 30 crowd, which, let's just be clear, is the rowdiest.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and frankly, like our age demographic is probably still among the worst. Um,
Oh yeah.
right? Like I said, the under 30
Some of
crowd.
us still have the energy.
Yeah, not me, brother. Not me. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to convince my girlfriend to go to sleep early yesterday. Um, and I'm exhausted having gone to bed at 11. I was like, oh God, I don't know if I could do this podcast. I only got like 7 hours of sleep.
That is so, I can't believe you're saying that to me. I'm like, you got 7 hours?
Yeah, look, Vanessa, okay?
Sure.
We
Give
all
it to
have
me.
we all have our own struggles, okay? Um, but yeah, 7 hours of sleep, so I'm kind of roughing it right here, okay? I can see the bags under my eyes. Um,
Oh my gosh.
so I actually something I started doing, that mostly probably just annoys people that I work with. Um, but in preparation for our podcast sessions, I've started asking people absolutely arbitrary thought
Okay.
experiment questions. Um, but let's see. Um, let's see what we can get here. One of the questions I asked people this week was, if you got paid your current income, whatever it is, um, but you didn't actually have to go in and do that work, what would you do with the extra time?
Gosh. I would do anything. I would literally do anything else. Oh man, you're telling me that I can cook food? I can do laundry?
Vanessa would
No.
stop surviving off ramen noodles.
No. Oh my gosh. I've found the create like I've begun getting creative on how to spice it up a little bit, you know? You gotta do a little bit of the egg, throw in some vegetables,
I don't do that.
anything to make it taste like it didn't just take me 2 minutes in the microwave.
That's why. So that's why you buy like one of those like 30 packs, right, of the ramen noodles. And then like every couple days you just go to Costco and pick up a $5 rotisserie. You just throw the chicken
Yeah,
in there. That'll last you like 2, 3 days, maybe more for some people, but I'm obviously high protein because I'm yoked, right? You can't tell, but it's
true.
there.
It's
Um,
there, guys.
yeah, it's there. But yeah, $5 Costco rotisserie chicken. I swear you can't actually beat that.
Costco's got it all. Costco has me broke. Not actually, but you know what I mean? I always spend more than I intend to.
Yeah, I feel like it's real. It's easy to do. Like even myself,
Mhm.
who like I am normally like laser focused shopper,
I feel
and
like you're a stick to the list kind of like you go in, okay, we need this and that. All right, we're done. I feel
wow,
like that's you.
I'm very upset you said that because my girlfriend's gonna listen back to this and immediately respond with yes, yes, that's exactly how he fucking is.
I want to go down every aisle. I want to look in the middle where they have like the stuff. Like I want to go literally I zigzag from the moment I get in there. And it may take me all day and I buy things I don't need, but I'm happy.
You know what makes me happy, Vanessa? Not spending
Sure, what?
5 fucking hours in a Costco. That's what makes me happy, okay?
What is the one thing that is always on your list when you go into Costco? What is the one thing you always have to grab?
Literally nothing. What do you mean?
What?
I buy things
Well,
in
like
five
what
pound
is
quantities there. Are you fucking kidding me? Nothing is ever always on my list. I ration the
Gosh.
shit out. No, the my most
For me,
frequently,
it's bananas.
I don't know, man. Their bananas are kind of whack sometimes. Like, and I get, look, guys, I get sometimes things are out of season and it's hard to get them ripe, but can we just step our shit up? Okay, because I'm tired of having to buy green ass raw bananas and put that shit in my protein shake.
No,
Jesus.
I love, okay, and nobody, probably nobody will agree with me. I'm the only person I know. I eat them green. If my banana is more
I
yellow
gotta
than
go.
green,
We actually
I
gotta stop right here.
if it's more yellow than green, I do not want it. I will not have it. It has
Have
a
you
very
consulted a
short
doctor about
window of
this? Is this okay to do?
it has
Do
a
you
very
just eat the
short
fucking
window.
peel too? Like, who does that?
No, but I did just this last year, 2023, start eating the butts of the banana. You know, the bit that kind of gets stuck in the peel. I would never eat that. I would break my banana right at the butt and not eat the butt. I've been eating it lately.
That's the part you have an issue with.
I
That's the
eat
fucking
butt.
part. And we just ended up in a whole new category for the podcast.
We're figuring it out as we go. What we fall under.
Wow, that is absolutely terrifying. I just want to clarify. Um, but
Everyone has secrets. There's a dark side to each one of us.
I can see that now, and I'm reconsidering a lot here. um, but no, actually, the one thing I'd probably buy from Costco more than anything is for sure water.
Okay.
I live with a house full of camels. Um, so they literally just, we all retain that much water. We all go through that much fucking water. Right? Like we're having to store it because we live in the fucking desert. Um, we just bought 2 packs. Like literally like yesterday, and we go to Costco probably like every week for something. Um, if it's not, I'm not gonna lie. If it's not water, it might be either whey protein, obviously, because I'm yoked. Um, stop laughing, God damn it. Or energy drinks. Also, my local Costco always has sick fucking pricing on Celsius and Alani. Um, and I just want, you know what? Public service announcement. If you are still on the Monster and Rockstar bandwagon, brother, get the fuck off.
What,
Okay?
okay, what's the deal with Red Bull?
Okay, if you're still drinking Red Bull, I don't know what you probably are not watching this because you don't know how to operate a new age phone. Okay? That's my assumption. Okay? You're probably like 50-year-old construction worker, okay, with a Nokia flip phone. That's my assumption here. Um, I know one person that drinks fucking Red Bull, okay. Do you drink Red Bull?
I don't drink any energy drinks anymore. I had to quit.
Unfortunate. I'm sorry.
No, it was either that or like I had to make a choice for me. You know, I can't not beer, wine. Oh my gosh, it is raining. Beer, wine, liquor. I will not give those up. That is
Right, but energy
well,
drinks
energy drinks
terrible
and
for your
soda.
health.
No, I can do that. I can give up the energy drinks and the soda, but it is more impractical for me to quit drinking. Not from like an addictive point of view,
Right,
but I work in a really social environment, and
right.
if I were to stop, I think I would have a more difficult time. I feel like I would like have to take myself away from those situations.
Yeah. It
I don't
I can
know. Does
I
that
can
sound bad?
no, I can it actually makes sense because you're in a place where um I don't want to say it's impossible, right? Like
Right.
I imagine you could if you wanted to, but I also imagine that it is hard, right? Because you're in that environment. And not only that, but for me personally, I can't tolerate drunk people unless I've had a few. Okay, let's just be clear. If you've had a few, you're not fun. You're annoying, bitch. Okay,
I love
I gotta
that you
throw a
said
couple
that.
back. I gotta throw a couple back just to tolerate your ass. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but actually, and just again, like in proximity, like it's all over the place, always around you. So I could actually see that. Um, for me, I feel like I would still probably just be the same. Like I would still do more energy drinks than alcohol.
Yeah.
Again, I don't do the alcohol as much because like I train, I'm relatively active and stuff like that. And just knowing myself, I am literally the worst version of myself when I drink. I'm that guy.
I have heard
Um,
that about you.
yeah, but who said it? Because they're a liar. Um, no, but actually, yeah, I am not in the fact that like I don't get violent or anything like that. Um, but I can't moderate my personality, which
I heard you're the
for
one who says, more shots. Let's all do
yes,
shots.
yes, literally after the first one,
You're
literally
the
after
enabler after
I've
that.
only had one drink and I'm already like, yeah, let's have more. So it's not even like I'm tipsy. It's not even like I'm drunk. It's literally the minute it touches my lips, I'm like, oh baby, give me more. Like,
It's go time.
yeah, like I just cannot moderate it. Um,
Good for you for being aware of that and saying, I don't need to do this all the time.
I can't do it all the time. I would literally be an alcoholic.
Oh no.
And I can't, yeah, so like I just can't, I can't moderate the amount that I drink, and I can't moderate my personality after I've been drinking. To which, like, anybody who's made it this far into the podcast, you already understand, right? Like, I'm obnoxious and I say obnoxious shit. I understand that about myself, but I love myself anyways. Okay, so fuck off. Um, but yeah, I just I can't moderate that after I've had a few drinks. And so there are very few people willing to take care of me. um, which I need because I can't drink without getting to the point where I black out. So it is literally just the worst fucking recipe. Like, do you remember like Powder Puff Girls where it was like they were like sugar, spice, and everything nice, and then
Yep.
there was like their opposite where it was like fucking dirt and snails and puppy dog tails or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm the bad shit. Okay. um, so like just I eventually I recognized that about myself and I had to be like okay. And of course it helped that I started like I became more active and I started training more frequently, and so that really helped dial everything in that like yo I can't do this because I get way too fucked up way too often, and I just can't function um, like afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like every once in a while, like time and place. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to put the perception out there that like any of this like is the devil or anything like that. I don't really smoke either. It's just um, for me, it doesn't have a whole lot of like time and place. But for other people, like totally fine. Do your thing. It's all
Yeah.
good. Our good friend who's not here, definitely not because he's an asshat, Vance. Um, he enjoys he enjoys the occasional beverage every day, and he also dabbles um, in other things, and he I feel like he does so um, pretty well. He walks that line and he kind of knows when to and when to not. Um, so I think it's just an individual thing. Now, with that being said, I could not give up fucking energy drinks. Also, something I recognize about myself. I am absolutely a caffeine fiend. Like, if this is probably why I shouldn't try like hard narcotics because like or like any sort of
Yeah, that's the
amphetamine.
reason why.
Oh yeah, and I guess there's the addiction, and it might ruin my life. But also, because like I absolutely love caffeine. I absolutely like coffee. And don't get me wrong, like coffee is great, energy drinks are great. But like I just like feeling good. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
magic. Um,
That's what it is, though. They make it so you feel that way. So
And I
you keep.
love it. Yes.
We
Uh,
are only consumers.
yeah, but to circle back to my PSA, Celsius gives you more caffeine in less total ounces, and on normally it's cheaper, like per like can at Costco. So, bro, try a Celsius, try fucking Alani, go to your Costco, see if they have that shit. And
I
if
believe I believe the Celsius thing. I mean, I
it's
once
good, man,
had I had a really, really, really hot person tell me to drink
and
Celsius, and
that's all it took, huh?
I said, shoot, next time I have an energy drink, I just might.
That's all it took, huh? We need,
Hot people drink Celsius.
but actually, it is like a lot of like it's currently like really big in like the athletic crowd. Like
They
people have
got really
started.
popular.
Yeah, people have for a while there it was like Rain and Bang Energy, but now it's getting into like Celsius is really big. That's actually I think the first time I saw it advertised, I could absolutely be fucking wrong, but I think it was actually at the Shaw Classic when I went last year out in Colorado, which is a big time strongman event for those who don't know. And yeah, they were advertised. I think they were sponsored by Celsius.
That would make
And
sense.
just to be clear, if I'm wrong, don't fucking quote me. Nobody quote me if I'm wrong. But I want to say that's the
Get his
first time
ass in the
I saw it. I
comments.
know I'm gonna get fucking look. This motherfucker doesn't know anything. Clip.
Thinks he can have a podcast.
Wow, they really just give those things to anybody, huh? Wow. Um, Also, fun fact. Um, to just continue to get completely off track from the question I asked you five
There
minutes
is
ago.
no track.
There is a track. It's leading nowhere good. Um, but I already forgot my thought. Wow. No, 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 no,
That's
no.
my fault.
It came back to me. Um, I'm like doing the editing and stuff like that because I'm getting ready to post all our episodes and shit like that. And it hit me. It hit me last night. I had an epiphany and I realized I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I have no idea. I have no editing experience, and I don't know where people post podcasts, and I don't know how to upload shit. Um,
Just put it
so
all in,
yeah,
just
so
raw.
we're recording this raw. Wow, there's a lot of innuendo going on here, Vanessa, and I just don't know if it's right for our crowd. Okay.
We don't know our crowd yet.
Well,
It could be
just to be
perfect.
clear, they should all be above the age of 18, guys, because nobody
We
condones
were
that shit.
not
Okay.
joking about that.
Yeah. So if you didn't leave 30 minutes ago, please leave now. Go ask your parents if you can listen to this shit. If they say no, tell them to listen to this shit. Um,
Please.
yeah, but actually, we're recording this in 2024. I'm hoping to get it figured out on how to post it sometime between 2025 and 2026. So I'll see you guys in the future when I figure out how to post this and you can actually listen to it. Thanks for the support, guys.
Should we hire an editor?
Um, I looked at the budget, Vanessa, and I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if that's in the budget. If we're being honest, even with all the docking your pay and docking Vance's pay for all the sessions that you guys miss, I still just don't know that we're gonna make up that margin. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll reevaluate the budget, see if it's in there. But
Okay.
as of right now, that's a hard no.
Wow.
Um, but to circle back to the question I asked you 10 minutes ago about about what you would do with your free time.
Oh,
Um,
that's right.
yeah, that's where we started. You know, we started in SoCal and we ended up in the Nevada desert, naked and afraid.
Naked and afraid.
Yep, unfortunately.
Um,
Also, fun. Did you ever actually watch that show?
I
People say
did.
it was fake as shit, but
I did. I did watch it.
interesting, right?
It was so I loved how they did at the beginning their weight and all of this stuff, and then at the end they did their measurements and their weight again. like they were really naked and afraid. They were all shriveled up and tiny by the time they were done with their little
Yeah.
adventure.
Yeah, they look like those Sacramento night crawlers, you know what I'm saying? Like
Oh my gosh,
just
yeah.
those yeah, those fucking streetwalkers out at night. But actually, yeah, people say it was fake as shit, but I still liked it. I was like, "Oh shit."
I love
Um,
anything like reality survival. I don't know, and I know it's kind of fucked up and like what is like dystopian almost because people just live like that and we're watching it and the winner gets like $1 million. But
No shit. My favorite thing, my favorite thing is in the world is the memes making fun of like us, the viewers, because we always let's just be clear here. We have absolutely no room to judge these people, but we'll see somebody go home after like 18 days and we're like, what a fucking
what
loser.
a
What
yes,
a fucking loser while I'm
pathetic.
sitting
You
there eating
don't.
Doritos. And I'm like, wow, I could have made it at least 21.
Yes,
Sitting there in my
yep.
fucking snuggie with my hot chocolate, and I'm like, what a pussy. Like,
Next to your loved ones.
I know. Yep. While my daughter's watching Dora the Explorer going apeshit in the
Yep,
next room, and I'm like,
yep.
wow, he couldn't fucking stay out there a couple more days. What a loser. Um,
I think we've all been there, like, oh, I could totally win that show.
yeah,
I can
just to
do
be
that.
clear, you could not.
Me
Not
specifically?
you, the
Oh,
audience.
I
Obviously,
could.
look, we have a podcast. We could do anything.
I'm
Okay.
gonna sign us up for what's like a crazy one? Wipeout. We're gonna go on Wipeout.
Dude, that shit is gnarly. No, you know, we should do like Ninja Warrior shit. That's
Yeah, oh,
another thing I'm obsessed with. I love that Ninja
I
Warrior shit.
love that.
Like that's crazy. Or like they it didn't run very long, but Ultimate Beastmaster on Netflix. If you haven't checked that one
What
out,
that one?
it was like pre-COVID, I think, and then I don't think it ever came back, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, that's almost like I don't want to say like cooler Ninja Warrior shit, but it's a little bit like Ninja Warrior is like very like acrobatic
Yeah.
and stuff like that. The why does my mic keeps going flaccid on me? Give me a second. Um,
You're
but
not exciting enough,
yeah,
Steven.
apparently I just I can't get it there. Um, but yeah, the it has like more climbing shit in it, and it's overall pretty gnarly. And as a side note, did you ever watch the Rock Show, the Titan Games, or something like that? I think it was.
No, I don't think I did.
That one's fucking insane too, dude. That one is absolutely crazy. Like the events and shit that they have. It's they go in like pairs of two and you're competing against somebody else. So it's not it's it'll be like some sort of not necessarily an obstacle, but some sort of like event. And you're like against somebody else, and then the last one, this motherfucker calls it Mount Olympus. Okay, obviously because he has to fucking enshrine himself.
Yeah.
Filthy celebrities. But but it's insane. Like I checked that one out. I forget. I want to say it was like Hulu or
This is
Amazon or something
sounding
like that.
familiar. I feel like maybe I
Um,
did see this.
no, that shit is insane, dude. That yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That one, I'm sitting there and I'm watching and I'm like, fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like that one, I got really into. It was
That's how I
super cool.
feel. I don't know if you watched on Netflix, The Floor is Lava.
No, I have
It's
not.
literally, it is exactly what it sounds like. The floor is lava. And they
They
set up
throw these
like,
motherfuckers into a volcano or something.
well, it's
Elaborate.
like
What are you
over a
talking about?
pool. Like it's over like a
Oh,
ginormous pool.
yeah.
And they have all these obstacles you have to jump on, and some of them spin and turn and flip upside down. And
That
I could
sounds
do
like
that.
Wipeout. That sounds kind of like
Yeah,
Wipeout.
exactly. It's like
Yeah,
a smaller wipeout.
that's cool. That's pretty cool. Did you ever
Yeah,
watch Fear Factor?
I did. I fucking love Fear Factor. I was 11 years old. I will eat that tarantula. I
You,
will jump out of that fucking moving car.
dude,
I wanted to do Fear
I
Factor.
loved Fear Factor. I'm not gonna lie. We binged a couple years ago before my daughter, when my girlfriend and I actually had time to do literally anything. Um, we binged like fucking all of Fear Factor, like 10 seasons at the time or something like that, and that shit is awesome. Go back, rewatch all that shit. If you haven't watched Fear Factor, fucking watch it. If you think you're too squeamish for it, do it anyways. Build some fucking character, okay? Um, because that shit was so great.
It is really good. It's so entertaining.
It is. I love that shit. Um, what else is there? Those are definitely some of my top picks. Those that's actually probably like for me that's like peak. I don't want to like entertainment, I guess. Um, but yeah, something like
I
that.
love competition shows,
Yeah, we should
like
do.
any kind.
I've been trying to talk Lucero into doing a like an Iron Man.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they absolutely don't want to fucking do it. And just to be clear, um, I think an Iron Man competition, you have to bike something absurd, um, an insane amount of miles. You have to run like a marathon or something like that, and then you have to swim like a shitload of miles too. My a colleague of mine a couple months ago, his son did one, and it took him like 12 fucking hours. This whole competition, he did this whole fucking competition and it took him like 12 hours.
To be real, I don't know if I have 12 hours. That might be the one thing holding me back.
Right, right. It's the time constraints. Vanessa's just too
Yeah.
busy to compete. Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, I'd win.
Right,
I have
right.
to
Yep.
make it fair for everybody else.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I hear you. Or do like a fucking mud run or something like that. Not a mud run.
Yeah.
Uh,
The
what
what are you thinking?
don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. I feel like there are like those kinds of competitions, right? Where it's like an obstacle course and like you have to do like some crazy shit like
Like a
that.
Spartan race?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think that's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Okay,
about.
that's what I was thinking of Spartan,
That would be cool. We
which
should
I
do that.
trained for that a
Oh,
few
no shit.
years ago. I
Really?
did. I did. Me and my cousin, we were like, let's do Spartan. It was like a crazy time. We thought we could do anything, and we did prove ourselves wrong in quite a few ways.
Yeah.
However, it just wasn't going to happen.
How far did you guys actually make it to the competition?
No, we didn't. We did all of the training. We got a trainer, first of all. We
Oh
paid a
no.
trainer, and with the specifics of Spartan.
Right.
So it was like the exercises were insane. And
It's
at a
got to be a
certain
lot of
point,
conditioning.
yes. And
Hmm.
at a certain point, it just wasn't fun anymore.
Right.
And it's like, why are we doing this to ourselves?
Day
Just to
four,
say
things
that we
got real
did?
tough.
Yeah, it was pretty yeah, day four was scary.
Yo, no, we should definitely do that. That'd be bitching. The yeah, I won't lie. I actually don't even do like a ton of like conditioning or anything like that, but I would like to like I would be open to doing some sort of like competition or something like that just to give myself something to train for.
Yeah.
Um, because obviously like I currently looking at like powerlifting or something like that. Let's be honest, the training not super rigorous. Okay,
No,
let's
it's
look,
just stay consistent.
yeah. Um, but still something I would like to compete in eventually. Um, like strongman too would be something that I talk a lot about competing in.
Would be sick.
Yeah, and we I've gone to a couple of like strongman competitions and it's just always a good time. So I think like actually going out and competing and being, even more immersed in that environment would be really cool.
Every time I end up at a competition, I am just like, I'm going to do this. This is so fun. Like I already do the lifts. I already have a good technique. I can, you know what I mean? I don't need to win. I
Yeah.
just want to do it. Let me wear the outfit, like that's it.
Yeah.
I just want to just say that I did it.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, something about it. I feel though I wouldn't want to do, I don't know. my squat is not as good as my bench or my deadlift,
Mm,
but I feel like that might be like, oh, push yourself, girl,
yeah, do it to
do
it, man.
all three. If you're gonna do it, go all the
It's
way in.
true. I mean, they also have push pull meets. Fuck it, just do a push pull meet.
Yeah, yeah. It might have to be the move.
I feel
But I want to wear the what is it? The
the
little
singlet.
what they call the singlet. Yeah, I was looking at some online not long ago. They have them in pink. You can get them tie dye. Like you can get stylish with them. So it's not this is not all so bad.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go get like a used one from Goodwill to keep it in the budget. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have like it's gonna have like crotch sweat stains and
Oh
shit.
my
Like,
gosh.
um, but like it was all we could fit into the budget, guys. Look, our podcast is just starting out. You have to understand.
Yeah, true. We're trying to afford an editor.
Yeah, yeah, we're trying to save up so that we can actually post this shit. Okay.
Yeah, but I was getting so into it. I was like looking at lifting shoes and I was like, I can do this for real. It
I'm
sounds
not gonna
like
lie.
fun.
I actually have all the fucking gear. I have lifting shoes. I have belt
You have the
sleeves,
outfit?
wraps. No, the singlet's the only thing I need to pick up from Goodwill. Um, but like everything else, I like locked and loaded. You know what I'm saying? I've invested way
Wow.
too much money in a sport I don't actually compete in.
I feel like you should compete. I feel like just once, just to say you did it. Like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I used to compete.
yeah, back in my day. No, I for sure will. I was planning to kind of around the time like that my daughter was born, like the and in COVID. And so it was like COVID happened and then my daughter was born. So I had
She is a pandemic baby, right?
yeah, she was born in
Wow,
21.
that sounds crazy.
Yeah. Um But yeah, so like everything got pushed back. I lost the best years of my life. No.
You are being so dramatic because I see you hang out with her and you're full
Yeah,
of
she's
shit.
she's
You're in
actually
it right now.
great. She's actually great. I love her, and I'll take her to the competition.
Yes.
Fun fact: she actually, I mean, she went to the Shaw Classic with us last year. Yeah, she was there. So she'll be there, fucking cheering me on, bro. I'll get her own like little singlet too, so we
Yes.
can
Oh,
match and shit.
that is so cute.
For sure. No.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it pushed everything back. But I had plans to compete like many years ago. Now that like I've gotten back to training serious and stuff like that, like I'll probably look to compete the next like year or so.
You should. You should say I want to do a competition by like you put a date on it, or like a month.
Well, I've been waiting for you and Lucero. I'm still trying to convince you guys to compete. Um, Lucero will be much easier to convince after I convince you. It's like a row of dominoes,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Sure,
So,
sure. I'm down. I always want to do things. I love to do things. So, like I said, even if I don't do good, even if I fucking fall out of a lift that I can do fucking perfectly every other day, I won't care because I did it. I say that, but I'll be fucking pissed
I
if I
know.
fall out of a lift that like I have locked, like it's fucking secured. Oh my god, that
You'll
scares
be the
me.
one walking off the platform slapping the shit out of people. Bullshit.
Yes, yeah, you sure you've seen it too.
Hmm.
People get really upset at themselves, and
Yeah.
it breaks my heart because I just want to be like, hey, you did your best. It was good. It was fine. Like if you could have done it better, you woulda. Don't worry about it.
No way, bro. The strength sport athletes are like, this is fucking war, brother. Like they're just
Yes.
way too intense. You know what I mean? Which it's good. It makes the environment really good. So to now that we've been talking about this for 10 minutes, I'm going to clarify the fact that powerlifting is a like pseudo strength sport revolved around the three main lifts of squat, bench, and deadlift. Google it. It's all over the fucking place. Um, but yeah, like if you've ever been to a competition, the crowd is really intense. Like these motherfuckers, like somebody is fighting for their life is how these people are cheering. These people are cheering like someone's
Like
life
old
depends
school
on it, bro.
Coliseum style. Like
Yes,
everybody is
like
going
somebody's
nuts.
about to battle a fucking lion,
Hmm.
okay, to the death. That's how these people cheer, and I love it. Um,
It's really good. It's such a for not being a team sport, it definitely feels like a team sport.
yeah, there's a lot of camaraderie behind it.
Yeah.
There is for sure. All strength sports are like that too. That's one of my favorite things about strongman is there's even like an adaptive lifting where people with like disabilities and stuff like that can also compete in competitions. And the sportsmanship among the top athletes is like nothing you will ever see. Go and watch a strongman event, YouTube it, find competitors on Instagram, and these are all, just to be clear, these are all gorillas, okay, just classified as men. Um, There is not a fucking small one. They're all over 6 feet, over 300 pounds. Okay. These are certified apes. Okay. Um, but they're actually in competition. Uh, like there's camaraderie. There's like they're so nice to each other, and they're cheering for the next guy, which is it's crazy, and it almost seems backwards, but maybe it makes sense. But you have to think like these athletes do not get paid anywhere
Right.
near anything that's actually like a competitive sport, right? Like football players, NBA players, like these guys make millions of dollars. And I'm going to throw it out there just to be clear, to do something less impressive, I'll be the one to say it. And for all you fucking NBA fans that are hating on me right now, fuck off. Go try to lift a 400-pound Atlas stone, okay? Um, but they get paid pennies on the fucking dollar, and they're the nicest people to each other and to the crowd, and
Hmm.
it is really, um, it's really actually crazy, and it's almost what I feel like sports should be, um, but like we've with basketball and fucking football, like we've glamorized it to the point where like these people, like some of these motherfuckers are just disconnected, right? It's the same thing with like celebrities and shit like that. Like they're just kind of like in their own fucking world. Like some people just have really lost touch with reality. Um, but that's what I love about the strongman crowd is they're just so down to earth, and it's crazy. Even the top level guys, um, absolutely insane. I've met some of them. Um, like I've seen them at competitions. I've seen them interact in person, and it's always just amazing. It's nothing short of amazing. They're great. They're actually inspirational, not like some of these other motherfuckers throwing a ball. Sorry.
My goodness. To each their own. I'm gonna be the good guy on the podcast. To each their own.
Yeah. Okay. Wink, wink. um, but to circle back to the question I asked you 25 minutes ago, um,
What I would do with all my time.
yeah, and I'll give you a little time to think here. So the reason the reason I started asking people this is because obviously we all know people who complain about having to go to work. This is a very common thing. And anybody listening to this, you probably have some spare time on your hands. Um, but it's really common. People complain about their work, and people complain about Mondays and all this shit. And when we've been going back and forth in the pod channel and stuff like that, talking about things that are overrated and underrated, I am for sure in the minority, but I'll be the one to say it. Complaining about your fucking job and Monday, that shit is overrated, bro. Get the fuck over it. What else would you be doing? And this is what like the inner my inner Steven, right? The devil on my shoulder. This is his response when I hear people say this like, "Oh my god, it's Monday. I'm just dragging because the weekend wasn't long enough." Get the fuck back to work. Why are they paying you to fucking complain in my direction right now? Okay. But actually, like, I want people, the next time one of you motherfuckers listening to this, just to now attack our three audience listeners, um, the next time
Going
you're,
down to two really quick, Steven.
yep, yep, we are just, from 30 minutes ago or from 10 minutes ago, when I was shit talking football, we dropped off a couple. The 10 minutes before that, when I mentioned you have to be 18 to listen to this, it dropped off again. So yeah, we're jumping off a cliff here. But stay with me, the last two of you. Um, what were we talking about again? And we're down to zero. No. um, the next time, what to bring this all back together and get serious for just a millisecond. Um, the next time you're sitting there thinking about like, oh my god, I hate my job, blah blah blah. I want you to actually think about like what you would be doing with that time, because I am willing to bet like a third of people would do nothing. Like you'd scroll on TikTok, you'd walk around your house aimlessly, opening the fridge, looking for
That's
answers.
something.
No, brother. Absolutely not. I'm sorry, but because and so to continue to try to circle back here, that's the reason I asked you, because in this imagine the the which, just to be clear, this is a thought experiment. The government is not fucking doing this. Do not clip this and say, "Oh my god, the government's coming out with this new fucking plan of action." No. Um, but for a second, let's put ourselves like in a world where the government said like, oh, hey, we want to incentivize small business or something like that. Like, we'll pay you to start a small business, right? Or something like that. We'll pay you essentially not to work, not to do a 9 to 5, but we'll pay you, right? And then you go out and you like start a small business or something like that, right? Like, I promise you, some people, if they got paid and didn't have to go to their job, would just do nothing. So to that percentage of the population, shut up. To the other population, to the other parts of the population, so like in my head, like a third, lazy fucks, and another one third, okay, um, slight like more motivated, but they just need to take that step in the right direction, and then the last third of the population, highly motivated. Okay, so the highly motivated population, just to be clear, not listening to this podcast. Okay, so we're talking to the other two-thirds. And we already established the unmotivated, shut up, to stop complaining. So to the last piece of the pie here, um, the reason I want you to think about this is because I promise you, you are losing time in your day to shit that you otherwise could not be losing it to, right? Things like TikTok, things like social media in general, aside from listening to our podcast and following us on all platforms at Casual Exchanges Podcast. Okay, follow us. We drop banger content. Okay. Um, do kids still say banger? Shit, I gotta Google that. Um, but one thing I try to, in a more productive manner than I've laid it out here for you today. Um, I try to encourage people, like, if I understand like that you want more time in your day, but before you start begging God for another 3 hours, okay, to make the day 27 hours long, or for you to have to work less hours in the day, I want people to, like, why not take inventory of your day and see where you're losing time? Like, because just to be clear, the 30 minutes that you spent on the shitter scrolling on TikTok, it's a waste of time, brother. Okay, I know. I've been there. Okay, I did that. I'm not going to say at work because this is the internet, but um, but for another microsecond of seriousness, um, everybody is losing hours in the day. So if you're somebody who is trying to be more productive, trying to really hone in and figure out like how to do more with your time, take inventory of it, man, because I promise you, We are all losing time. We are all losing time every fucking day. Um, so rather than complain about it, figure out how to make it better, more efficient. Maybe start a podcast. Because I don't know if you know this, but they just let anybody do that these days. What are your thoughts on that? Am I full of shit? Do you quit? Are you signing your resignation letter right now? Like,
I quit. Well, the thing is with me, I feel I am a very busy person. I
for
have
sure,
all of these jobs. I have all of these side projects that I
for sure.
do. Like I do the podcast, I have a zine, I have a pop-up business that I work on. Like
Yeah,
there's a billion things that I do that I consider like no brainers. I have to do those things.
yeah,
And that falls into my free time. So when I do have free time, like I want more time to scroll on TikTok. I
yeah,
want more time to waste. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I want that kind of empty space. Like right now, I got off of work, had about, 30 minutes to prep myself to get on the podcast.
Hmm.
And in those 30 minutes, I was thinking, hey, it's a really good thing I didn't buy this season's battle pass on Fortnite because I don't have the time to earn all of this shit.
Yeah,
I wish I had more time for that.
that's true.
And that might be like a pathetic sounding answer, but I don't know. I feel like me personally, I don't have too much, like a lot of extra time to waste. I
Yeah,
want that empty space. But I know it is different for a lot of people. I know our situations are different. I feel like if I just had the one job, no side projects, just work 9 to 5,
yeah,
I feel like I would be like, what can I do? I'm so fucking bored.
right.
But because I choose to load that shit onto me for no reason, I say yes to everything. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I just want to watch a movie.
Wow. Honestly, you're wrong. No, I'm kidding. um, no, on a serious note, really well said. And I think you probably leaned, just to clarify for our audience who hasn't picked up on the 5 times she said it, Vanessa has multiple jobs, okay? So like me, so just to be clear, like me, I'm probably in the middle. I'm like the 1/3 that's like kind of motivated, trying to take the step to do something. Vanessa is obviously on the very motivated side of the spectrum where she has multiple jobs. She's still wasting her time with me on this podcast. And she does other things, right? And then Vance couldn't bother to show up. It's self-explanatory which side of the spectrum he's on. Um, but
That is so funny. We are. We're at three.
um, but to get serious for a sliver of a second here, um, like they're like just understand like she's coming from a place she and rightfully so where she wants she wishes she had more time to decompress, more time to shit on you guys at Fortnite, right, like that kind of stuff, which as she should because she is a very busy individual. She has a billion things that she does in a week. I know this because she never responds to me, so I assume she's busy. um, but she is obviously on one side of the spectrum. If you're sitting on your couch in your underwear listening to this podcast right now, you're not on that same level. Okay, I just want to clarify that. Which will definitely be me tomorrow because it's Saturday. So I'll be in my underwear listening to this back because I have nothing better to do. Um, and then I'll go back to work on Monday and complain about my job.
That's why you're in the middle.
Exactly.
That's what
Um,
puts you in the middle.
exactly. See, a little bit of both. It's all about balance, guys. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, but like just to be clear, like you're obviously on that end of the spectrum. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot to be said for a little bit of that free time. If you had to break it up, like yeah, you do want to be able to carve out some time for like decompression, right? Going on Fortnite and shooting
Not all
people,
I do, okay? Like, let's not
going
just chalk it down to Fortnite.
going on
Every single one
Fortnite
of my friends gets
and
on me for that. They think that's all I do in my spare time. Oh no, she can't stay at work anymore. Even though she works 12 hours, she can't cover the next person's lunch because she wants to go home and play Fortnite. Wrong.
yeah, it's just to be clear for the audience, it's not just about Fortnite, guys. It's also about the visceral experience of getting to yell at 14-year-old kids on the internet. Okay, that's why we're all doing this, isn't it?
I am toxic. I do play with my mic on. And I will get into games with people where it's like we have a all we'll play squads. So it's like me and three other people.
Hmm.
And I will find good squads every now and then and I'll stick with them for a few games. We'll go a few in a row.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, we're like, yeah, let's add each other so we could like hop on and play later. And I am like, well, wait, how old are you?
I'm
9,
13. Oh my god.
15. Literally. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, well,
I need to ask your
so
parents if I can play with you. Can you put them on the
yeah.
mic?
So I'm like, sorry, Joshua, it's not happening. I'm like, okay, you're 16. I'll add you as my friend, but in front of your little name, I write 16 Tyler. 16, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a 16-year-old, so don't invite them to play with you after fucking 7 p.m. Like, don't put out
Right.
there that you want
Probably
to play
past
a
their
game.
bedtime. Yep.
Like, don't interact with these people more than if they invite you to their games. And
Yeah.
then a reminder, these are children that you're playing with. But it helps. I remember being a kid and I'd on Xbox, whatever, what was it, Xbox Live, just, meeting all of these people who are older than me. And I had some good experiences playing some fun games with them. So I'm like, let me just keep it positive and not shit on them for being young. They can't help it.
See, I had the opposite because in World of Warcraft, if you're actually 15, people call you very mean names. And I'm not going to repeat them
Yeah.
on the internet because it's now 2024 and I can't say half of them. But just to be clear, the World of Warcraft and Dungeons and Dragons crowd, not the nicest, okay? Somebody, maybe, nope, I'm going to leave it there. um, and even better, that's actually how me and me that's the love story of mine and Vance is that's how we met. Um, and you can ask him because I was not nice to him when we met. Yeah, I hope he never tells the stories, but there are some mean ones. And fun fact, for the longest time, Vance's favorite insult was "Go fuck a goat."
That's very Vance. I feel like he could still get away with saying that.
Yeah, and just to be clear, we are not advising anybody to do that. PETA, don't come after us. We do not condone that kind of behavior. But yes, that's actually what he used to tell me. Or he'd call me a goat fucker.
Wow.
Yes. This is when you're like when you're in that crowd, like this is what you're exposed to, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody prepares you for that. Um
Wow. I just can't wrap my head around you not being nice to Vance.
we were not, yeah, no, absolutely not. Off pod, we'll see if he'll tell you a couple stories. Um and obviously like now we're good friends except for he didn't show up
Yeah.
today, so he's not my friend.
Enemies to
Um
lovers.
Yeah, exactly. It was like it turned into like that Romeo and Juliet forbidden love.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, now we're actually like really good friends. But it's also um, for the people out there, it's also like we've changed a lot in the past like 15 years that we've known each other. Like we're not the same people. I am so much worse at 29 than I was at 14, right? And Vance has just gotten used to that.
I didn't think you were bad at 14. I just really wanted to be your friend.
I know. Not gonna lie.
I just was like, man, this guy is so fucking cool. Because there was nobody else with your personality, like with your personality type. that was in like kind of like our circle, you
Yeah.
know, the people that we interacted with daily. It's like that guy is like the total opposite of who I am. I need that guy to be my friend. I need him to like me. I'm just saying, if little Vanessa could see her now,
Yeah, now look, we have a podcast.
look at us.
We're so
Nobody
cool, man.
nobody would put money on that we would like ever do a podcast. It's not like we didn't like each other. I
No,
liked you, obviously.
yeah.
I don't know your feelings,
No,
but
yeah. We
you
so
wrote some
for
kind words in my yearbook.
I actually can't read or write, so somebody else wrote that for me. Um,
I
so
remember waiting there patiently, like, what is he writing? This is kind of
literally over my
lengthy.
shoulder. I do remember that. I felt your breath on my neck.
Like,
um,
you wrote me a good paragraph. It was nice.
so just to clarify for the audience who's trying to catch up, me and Vanessa actually went to high school together. Um, Back in a little small town, and so I've known Vanessa for I mean God knows how many years, like 15 years, around the same.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
I've known Vance separately for actually over 15 years at this point. I think we met. I think he was 11 or 12 when we met. He is
that's
now
so
older.
cute.
He's now older than 11 or 12. I can't remember. I think he's actually 27 because I'm 29. I think. Somebody fact check me. Babe, can you comment in the section below how old I am? Um,
29 already.
yeah, am I
I thought you were
28?
29 this year. Isn't your birthday
Lucero,
in
how
May?
old am I? Ah, fuck, I'm 28, my bad.
I was just saying, like, wait. I thought we were the same age, and I know your birthday is just like a few days before mine.
Yeah, okay, so just kidding. Let's roll it back 30 seconds.
I'm like, am I 29?
This just in, I'm hearing from the producer. I'm actually 28, which would make Vance 26, I think. Um,
Okay, then makes more sense.
So, so no, I actually, so then I've known Vance like 15 years. I've probably known you 14 years. Um, but I knew Vance separately. He didn't go to school with us. I met him, like I said, through eharmony.com on the internet. Um,
I
and
actually have
so
not ever met Vance.
yeah,
Vance and
so
I are just screens to each other.
it's true. They're just, through a screen. But we're gonna fix that. I promise. We're all gonna get together uh, as soon as Vanessa starts responding to my messages and I can figure out how to get everybody together. It's gonna happen, guys. We'll take a group picture and we'll put that up on the YouTube channel so that you can
Should
see.
have
Just
worn my shirt.
you should have.
I
I
have my shirt.
Yeah, you
We
should
have
have worn
merch
that.
for ourselves, and
It's
I
true.
blew it.
I wore my shirt in one of the other episodes. I didn't have time to actually change because I was busy yelling at my phone because Vance told me he couldn't make it. Um, and then also I had to piss really bad, so I couldn't find the time. You know what I'm saying? In the door, to the shitter, screen in face, and then I got on here, jumped on immediately. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, um,
We met, right? We were talking. Oh, I wanted to be your friend.
yeah, but yeah, we did run in some of the same circles.
We did. We did. I like
Yeah.
my best friends were also some of your closer friends, and you know,
Did I have
I just feel
friends
like you did. You, I could name them, but I won't for the sake of like privacy. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you did, and yeah, I just remember just feeling like, oh man, I am so close with everybody in this room right now, except for Steven. Like we're just regular close. Like everybody else and me, I'm like we're so, and then same for you. I'm like, man, he's so close to every single person here except for me. Like I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Now looking back, it was probably I was over eager to be your buddy, but
No, it
that's
was
just
actually
me.
I won't name names, but
I'm glad.
we both know the wedge between us. It's still currently there. They're actually right behind my computer.
Oh,
Hang on.
hi. Oh, oh my God.
No, they're in the living room. Just kidding. Uh, yep, this just in. They're flipping me off. Um, um, but yeah, high school. What a great time. Everybody, go ahead. I actually don't even know where the fuck my yearbooks are.
I have
Um,
mine.
that's
I can
probably
bring them
fine.
over. You
It's
can look
fine.
at
I don't
them.
want to see. Most.
It's fine. It's really fun, guys. I'm
Yeah.
gonna post tonight on the Instagram our high school senior photos. How about that?
Oh my God. Fuck it. Just like
All right.
blur out our names. Just blur out our
Yeah.
names. Um, or at least the last name. By the way, so
Hmm.
now that we're about an hour and 20 minutes in case I did, I'm Steven, that's Vanessa. Because we're really not good at intros, so I'm just kind of giving up on them at this point. Um, but yeah, it was fun. Have you had anything inspiring since the last time we talked? We talked about this segment about inspiration, about putting good out into the world, about all the things we were going to do with this podcast before we said, fuck it, let's just talk shit on the internet.
I'm sure I have been inspired. However, I nothing is coming to mind. But like,
Perfect.
no, I really, really wanted to be in this segment. I don't want it to be a dud. I'm thinking, okay? I'm thinking. Did you?
That's a great question. Um, you know,
We'll let you guys know in part
ooh,
two
it's
if
raining
we
out
were
here.
inspired. I
It's
told you
raining
it's
out here
raining over
too.
here now too.
Um, honestly, I am definitely not dragging this out while I think of something to say. Um, actually, a couple of things. Just to say it on the internet, thank you for joining me today. Um, I appreciate you being here since some of us couldn't show up. We're not going to name names, but there's two of us here. One's not. His
You're
name
very
is
welcome.
Vance. um,
I like being here. It's a lot of fun.
yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys, especially you. You have 5 jobs and you play a lot of Fortnite, so I know it's hard to make the time. Um, but I do
Yeah.
appreciate I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the work you guys are helping me put into this. Um, more than anything, I think it's great. It's great. I have fun, and that's all that really matters.
It's just so we can like get our energy out.
Yeah, really. It's so really for anybody. Let me get this back up to my face. Um, for those of you who haven't realized it yet, this is really just going to be an outlet for my personality because I can't be this obnoxious at work. I can't be this obnoxious. They'll fire me. I can't be this obnoxious around my girlfriend because she'll leave me. I can't be this obnoxious around my daughter because then I'm a bad influence. Um, so
All
where
you
am I
got
going
is
to
your
do it?
friends.
I'm going to do it on the internet for everyone to see with my friends. Um, but yeah, it's a good time. So don't forget, since I didn't say this about an hour and 20 minutes ago, don't forget to follow at Casual Exchanges Podcast on all social media. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube because that's where we're going to drop episodes when we find the budget for our video editor. Um, and probably Spotify and whatever other platform. I still need to Google them. I actually don't know where you post podcasts. Um,
We're gonna figure this out. If you want to see Steven's high school photo, his senior year graduation photo, follow our Instagram. It will be posted there promptly.
yes, unfortunately. Um, but thank you guys for getting on this roller coaster. All of you who are the appropriate age and height to ride this ride with
Hi.
us.
Oh, I was like, are we really singling out short or
Yes,
tall people? I don't know. What is the height requirements to participate in our podcast to be an active listener?
I don't know because there's some pretty I wanted to like say something along the lines of 18, so you probably have to be this high, but like I feel like I know uh, I know somebody who is under 5 feet and has been under 5 feet the entire time I've known her. Um, and then I obviously there are way more people taller than me. But just like as a generalization, if you're under like 4'10" or over the height, you're probably not old enough, right? I assume you're not 18 yet, maybe. Um, but just kidding. Thanks, guys, for jumping on this ride with us. Those of you who are old enough to consent to jumping on this ride. This
Yeah,
roller
thanks for listening
coaster,
to our journal entry,
this
our
roller
personal
coaster of emotion. Yes, dear diary. Today we talked about
rotisserie chicken and what else? Well, a bunch of stuff. You were here. You guys were here.
were they? Thanks for following us on this ride. Hopefully, we can come back soon. Unless all of our shit gets taken off social media, because obviously I said a lot of heinous shit today. So maybe this is
It
the last time you
works.
see me and I get swatted or something. Sorry.
It
Okay,
works.
bye.